Hi, I'm going to talk today about the line of communication. The line of communication. It goes along the adage of one thing leads to another, and I'm sure you've heard it many times said about we're all so connected, or everything is so connected. Throughout your years, there's one thing that you have obviously have lived with, and that's the thread of life throughout the years. 1 minute to an hour to a week to months to years. It's also connected. In the process of your connection, you would have within it's like in the olden times. Well, they still have it right now, but if you look along the along a roadway, you have a line running on these poles, which are power lines. And on the ground, they also have lines running for the internet. And now that we have Wi-Fi, but lines also equals Wi-Fi, right? A line has to go somewhere to an apparatus for it to conduct information. So it is so with your life. There are people in your life, whether you give thought about it or think about it, or at any point wonder, well, how does life really work, or what's really going on with my life, is that you are in direct connection to everyone and anything around you. So, because everything has a direct line called the line of communication, thoughts also have a line, which is a line. It's basically, it's not broken. Okay. It's a line of communication, line of thought, line of sight, right? And when people are thinking about you, and when people are actually in your life, you are connected. And in the process of connection, they have hopped onto your life. In the line of communication, they have been communicating to you their life. Their life could consist of so many things. The choices they make, the small behaviors, the way they rationalize, the way they choose to believe life is. On the realm of rationalization, people rationalize their behavior. In the process of doing so, there is a major line of communication all around us. Whether we want to believe it or not, that equates consequences. And people, without realizing or knowing it, they are going to participate in what is equal, equation of what they are doing. As you become more aware in your life of what's going on in your life, you will have to accept the fact in the LIFE, there is a LINE. And some stuff is happening in your life. Let's say you're the kind of person that's given to a whole lot of well manners. You watch your conscience, your conscience. You're very well aware of how you dictate yourself in your life. In the light of that, is that you have the line that is working in you, the consistency. And in that line, because you have given yourself over to the light, right? You will have the benefits of the light working in your life. And the way it works is kind of like some people call it people building up in immunity to a virus. People who are not given to being ill or ill-willed or unwell are going to have a consistency of always being healthy. In the process of being so, they're going to have to be very careful. Anyone who's doing this, going to have to be very careful in the line of communication, who or what is attached to you and is being attached to you, that is causing ripples in a vibrational measurement. You have dips within the consistency of your frequency, right? And as you are, how can I put it? As you're sitting as you're thinking more deeply, because life is going to hit you. One way or another, life is going to hit you. The same way there's storms, the same way a plane will rise to a certain altitude, it still has to face storms along the way. It's called turbulence. When you are experiencing turbulence and you experience a little bit more consistency of it, consistency instead of the consistency of the rewards, that you know who you are and how you live your life is all good. You should have the consistency of good. Yet, why are you having turbulence? The storms that come in your life are coming because of the line of communication of attachments in your life. As you get older, you will become aware that people are not only just living, they are finding people to attach to that they can pour their stuff into and take the good that that person has or have. To protect yourself from a lot of the line of communication, you're going to have to get into the line, break open the outer core of it. And that's a tough place. They call it the dark night of the soul, because it is, you go going deep and find out who or what is trampling on your life intentionally or in your life intentionally, or and who or what is being a trampoline, having a trampoline effect within your life. Because they're attached to you, you are going to have to become extremely, how can I put it, intentional to root them out. In the line of communication of being a good natured person, it is so hard to reject people and to say no, because people know. People do know when you are saying no to them in the invisible world. They know it. And the fight will come on. You will not see a lot of things on the obvious level, on the conscious world, but you will experience it in the unconscious world, in the place when you go to sleep at night, when you become awake. That's the place where things really happen. And whether by dreams, whatever, that's why my advice is always to look up to the Lord, the good Lord, and not any other God, but Jesus, who said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and ask him, what's going on? You will be surprised at people you didn't think were that harmful are really that harmful. And not as much as because what they are doing is what they have become. Their very life, the line of movements going on within them has an effect. And the effect thereof is going to affect your line, your life. That's a consistency. The way to break away from a lot of these things is going to involve breaking away from and cutting down. And when people are attached to you and they're taken and they're causing disruption in your life, and you will know who they are. Different points in our life, we do get a glimpse into the obvious. Is that when you begin to deal with them in the invisible world and you begin to reject them, they will feel it. In the process of doing so, you will experience a lot of your health, and the what is rightfully so, your blessings will begin to come and go more frequently. Now, as they begin to increase their wanting to be attached to you like a hitchhiker, you're going to have to beef up. And that's where you're going to have to enlist people who are extremely like yourself, if you're given to a whole lot of good, and don't just go praying with just anybody. Because some people, the things I get from the line of communication in life is that you get to really learn deeply, on a deep level, the people who are not good. And even though they put on a smile, because they don't share the same faith, they don't share the same stuff. So you will know that what they have is alien. but you will know it on a familiar level because you're dealing with it. Okay? So this is where it becomes careful. And here's what Jesus says, where two or three are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them. And whatever they shall ask, it shall be done by my Father, which is in heaven. So it is going to be done. Cutting down witchcraft, cutting down any kind of level of black arts, especially when people, and trust me, people don't have to wear uniforms to be doing evil. If people are evil, okay, they are naturally going to be given to do evil. And part of that evil is that they have to find a host to be attacked and to get onto and to begin to pull or to be able to, like a syringe, go in and begin to pull out that good stuff, because you're the antidote to their problem. The problem is with them is that you embrace this on a deep level. They don't like truth. And because they don't, they've trampled upon truth on their unrighteousness. They are given over to deeper darkness. In light of that, sentimentality must never play a role in your rejecting bad people. I'm going to leave you with that. Do not allow sentimentality, familiarity, nostalgic attitudes to break away from a person who is sick within. Because the healthiness and the wholesomeness is available to every one of us. It's in the atmosphere. God is always more than willing to make anyone healthy. And they can only come about when they change their mind and they get honest with God and they say, I don't like being this way. The unfortunate truth about a coward who's evil, they would much rather have you do the work and have them get the benefits. So have a good day. Do like and subscribe. And thank you. Bye now.